Hey y'all! So it's Monday morning, and over the weekend on Saturday, I did my first local art in the park. It happens here in Stratford, where I live, every Saturday and every Wednesday, and you have to apply to get in. And I did get in. And it's an artist collective, sort of, and everybody sets up in the park with their paintings and their work. And I actually take an easel down there and paint while I'm there. And I had this idea to do some quick sketches every day that I'm there, watercolor quick sketches, and sell them cheaper than the rest of my work, which is, 200, 400, whatever. And just sell them for like, I don't know, maybe 50, 60. God, I was rushing this morning. Never mind. Maybe 50, 60 bucks US, and just do a couple every day, and they'll just be like first come, first serve. And then if I don't sell them all, I'll put them on Instagram or something, and they'll be up for grabs. But I kind of have to practice doing my watercolor quick sketches. So we're gonna go get some flowers, and then we're going to practice, and I'm gonna make a video about it. And I just really need some flowers, so let's go.
Okay, got my peonies, and this is what my desk looks like. I've got a little picture there. I've got tape that shouldn't be there. That's my palette for my gouache. I'm using my gouache basically like watercolor. The nice thing about gouache is you just can make it a little more opaque if need be. And then I'm gonna just get my peonies looking just so. There was like one weird big leaf that I got rid of. So, arrange them in a way that looks like something you want to paint. I've got a cluster of them sort of, and then one off to the left, which I like. But remember, this is going to be a quick sketch. So here's how I approach it. I just start with paint. Just get some paint on that paper. I won't do it in pencil first. And I think the easiest way to approach this particular quick sketch is going to be to start with the flowers and lay them out and then kind of put everything else in around them. So as long as they're kind of in the right spot, I think I can figure out the rest. Also, don't feel weird if you want to remove a flower. If it looks too muddled or something, get rid of one. You're the artist, you make those decisions. I want two overlapping up here. I want them all kind of clustered on the right, and then I'm going to do that one kind of lone little one over there on the left. Okay, now let's grab a filbert brush. We're using quite small brushes for all this. I started with a number 8. This is like a number 6 filbert. I really like using the filbert for leaves and petals as well, actually. And I'm using a sap green with a little bit of red in it. And we are just going to lay out all the leaf shapes. I'm doing some large leaves right here in front that will kind of come out over top of the top of that pitcher or vase. And then we're going to start in on doing some of these nice big petal or leaf shapes that come up over top of the blossom, over top of the petals. So really nice rounded bits over top of the pink area, and then some little tiny lines going off of the flower, kind of those angled little leaves. And I'm just not overthinking anything. Once that is all laid out, I'm taking a slightly darker, more concentrated or opaque green and doing some sketchy bits, like sketching some lines on some of these leaves or just doing a bit of shading. But I'm not going to overdo it. Remember, this is a quick sketch. For me, a quick sketch is about capturing the major forms. So big round flowers, thick stems, lots of leaves. And then we don't focus as much on shading or detail. I just want to really capture the essence of what I'm looking at and simplify, simplify, simplify. So now that the flowers and leaves are in place, I can have a bit of fun and take a nice rich magenta and really make these peonies look like peonies. And I'll do that by using the magenta to add coloration where I see it. So it tends to be along the area where the leaf meets petal, a little bit at the top. There's just some little hints of that darker pink along the edges of the petals and even the leaves. And so I'm just doing as little as I can, really. I may even have done too much. I want to just show the viewer that this is this really fun, easy, quick sketch, and that I am drawing or painting peonies, but that I'm not trying to capture every detail. I just want you to know that this is in fact a peony, and I can do that by simply just putting a little magenta squiggle, and that's all I have to do. And then I'm using a really light gray, and I'm starting to block out the shape of my vase or pitcher. And I also want to do quite a lot of shading because it's mainly in shadow. I'm just leaving a little bit of a highlight over here on the right, and then I lifted a bit of paint with my paper towel. Remember, lifting is a great way to get natural highlights, especially if you're doing clouds or water or even a vase that has a highlight. And now that that's in place, I kind of was like, oh, my leaves could be a brighter green. I might have put a little too much red in there. And the red, of course, being opposite on the color wheel, gave me a very, very earthy green. So I went back over some of them with just a true sap green. And I think that looks really good. Everything is really popping now. And I did a very small shadow right in front of the vase because, of course, I'm sitting in front of a window. So the flowers are in front of the window. They're kind of backlit. And did a few more like very simple leaf shapes, kind of waiting for things to dry. And as things do begin to dry, I can have the fun of adding the detail or the painting that is painted on the vase. So I have this really beautiful antique picture with a brown or sepia floral on it. And so again, quick sketch. I just want to hint at the idea that I have this beautiful antique vase. I don't need to actually capture all of the details that are contained on this gorgeously detailed picture. I just want to hint at like, yeah, this is a floral porcelain vase. And so you can see me doing like really loose flowers and leaves. And a good thing on this channel, we're always painting and practicing flowers and leaves. So painting them on a picture is really no different, and I can get very loose. And then I did a bit of loose shading with a bit of a darker gray and even added a bit of a darker gray to the top of the shadow. But that's it. That's the quick sketch. It is done. And that took me about 25 minutes. Okay, just to give you an idea, 25 minutes, and I did 3 of them. This is them, and they will be for sale at Art in the Park. Hopefully I'll be there this Wednesday, weather permitting, and if I don't sell them at Art in the Park, I will list them on Instagram and you can nab one. I'm thinking they're going to be maybe, I don't know, somewhere between 60 and 90 bucks each. Thanks for watching today, guys. Look out for another video later this week and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss all the great content.